Ladies and gentlemen, please listen now, because what I'm about to say is going to hit you deeper than anything you've heard all week. They gave you nothing. Not a chance, not support, not belief, not love, not help, not even basic respect. And yet you're still here, still breathing, still standing, still fighting, still pushing forward with a fire inside you that refuses to die. That's not luck. That's not chance. That's not accident. That's power. Your power. They thought the lack of support would break you. They thought the silence would crush you. They thought the empty rooms, the cold nights, the unanswered calls, the ignored messages, the fake love, the two-faced friends, the people who only showed up when they needed something would weaken you. They thought you would fold, quit, disappear. But instead, you evolved. You became something dangerous, something focused, something hungry, something they never expected. They gave you nothing. And now you're building everything, brick by brick, pain by pain, lesson by lesson, day by day. Before we go deeper, I want to speak directly to the ones who support this channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe right now, like the video, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and what you're fighting for. To everyone who keeps coming back, the loyal ones, the silent warriors, the ones who share these videos, the ones who listen late at night when the world feels heavy, I see you. I appreciate you. You are the reason this movement is growing. Now let's continue, because your story is just beginning. You were never supposed to make it. According to them, you were supposed to fail quietly, fade into the background, live small, stay average, follow the script that life wrote for everyone else. But something inside you refused. A small voice, a quiet whisper, a spark that refused to die even when everything around you tried to suffocate it. Maybe it happened after someone betrayed you. Maybe it happened after someone left you. Maybe it happened after someone lied to you. Maybe it happened after life hit you so hard you thought you would never recover. But that moment, that breakdown, that collapse, that heartbreak, that humiliation, that loss, was the moment you woke up. It wasn't the end. It was the ignition. They didn't know they were creating a weapon. They didn't know they were building a warrior. They didn't know they were sharpening your mind with every insult. They didn't know they were hardening your soul with every rejection. They didn't know they were fueling your ambition every time they made you feel small. Because pain is the most powerful teacher on earth, and you learned faster than they expected. Look at Oprah Winfrey. As a child, she grew up in poverty, abused, mistreated, dismissed by the world. But she didn't break. She transformed. Every trauma became training. Every setback became sharpening. Every obstacle became opportunity. And eventually, she didn't just rise. She dominated. She didn't just succeed. She changed the entire industry. She built her empire from a childhood that was designed to destroy her. That's not luck. That's fire. That's ownership. That's what happens when someone gets nothing and decides to build everything. That's you. You're walking the same path of giants. You're rising from the same kind of darkness. You're turning the same kind of pain into fuel. But here's the difference. Your story isn't finished yet. You're still in the middle of the climb. You're still in the part where it hurts. The part where you're doubted. The part where people don't clap for you. The part where you're doing everything alone. But that's exactly why this message matters. Because the middle of the journey is the most dangerous part. It's where most people quit. It's where most people lose faith. It's where most people start believing the lies people told them. But not you. You're different. You're built differently. Your heart has been through too much to return to an old life. Your mind has endured too much to collapse now. You're not climbing for applause. You're climbing because you finally realized the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you your dream. No one is coming to build your life for you. And strangely, that realization is what set you free. Because when you stop waiting for help, you start helping yourself. When you stop waiting for permission, you start creating your own path. When you stop expecting support, you start relying on your strength. And that's when everything changes. Look at Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team, told he wasn't good enough, laughed at, dismissed, ignored. The world gave him nothing. So he gave the world a legend. Every day he went to the gym. Every day he trained harder than everyone else. Every day he sharpened his craft, and the fire inside him became unstoppable. Not because people praised him, but because people doubted him. The hate became hunger. The rejection became fuel. The doubt became dominance. That's the psychology of every warrior. That's the psychology you've stepped into. Your pain is not holding you back. Your pain is pushing you forward. Your loneliness is not empty. Your loneliness is building self-reliance. Your struggle is not weakness. Your struggle is constructing your destiny. They gave you nothing. Yet, look at you, moving differently, thinking differently, grinding differently, speaking differently, elevating quietly, rising steadily, transforming silently. You don't brag. You don't announce. You don't show off. You don't prove. You don't explain. You just build. You just grow. You just evolve. And that terrifies them. Because you used to need them. You used to care. You used to seek approval. You used to shrink yourself to fit in. But now, you've outgrown the rooms that mocked you. You've outgrown the people who doubted you. You've outgrown the standards that kept you small. That's what happens when fire wakes up. It spreads. It multiplies. It destroys the old version of you and creates something unrecognizable. You are not who they remember. You are not who they laughed at. You are not who they underestimated. You are not who they thought you were. You burned that version, and now only the strongest parts remain. This is just the beginning of your rise. This is the part where the fire gets hotter. This is the part where your mind gets sharper. This is the part where your purpose gets louder. And soon, they will watch you succeed from the very sidelines they pushed you toward. They will watch you grow from the distance they created. They will watch you win from the shadows they belong in. They gave you nothing, and now you own everything. Listen carefully, because this part right here, this is where your old life ends, and your new life begins. They gave you nothing, but they forgot something important. They forgot who you become when you have nothing to lose and everything to prove. A person with nothing is dangerous because they're no longer afraid, no longer hesitant, no longer controlled, no longer attached, no longer begging. They become unstoppable because pain stripped them clean, and only the truth survived. That's you right now. Raw potential, pure fire. Zero excuses, zero illusions, zero distractions. You're stepping into the version of yourself that doesn't ask, doesn't wait, doesn't explain, doesn't fear. This part of your journey, it's personal, it's spiritual, it's psychological, it's the internal rebirth no one sees happening until the results become too big to ignore. You're in the shadows, but you're not hiding. You're preparing, and preparation is where kings and legends are built. Look at Nelson Mandela, locked in a prison cell for 27 years. 27 years. They took his freedom, but they couldn't touch his mind. They gave him nothing, not comfort, not dignity, not a path, not a plan. But in that nothing, he found clarity. He found strength. He found purpose. The world thought he was done, finished, forgotten, but inside those walls, he was becoming the man who would later change an entire nation. That's the psychology of rise. You grow the most in the dark, when no one believes in you, when no one stands with you, when no one expects anything from you. That's where monsters are born. That's where warriors are built. That's where legends sharpen their blades. You're in that exact phase, right now, and you feel it, deep in your chest, like something is shifting, like something is awakening, and you're right. It is. Everything you've gone through, every betrayal, every disappointment, every mistake, every loss, every lonely night, every silent tear, every hidden breakdown. It was training, painful training, brutal training, real training. You were being shaped, hardened, forged. You weren't losing. You were learning. You weren't breaking. You were birthing a new identity. And now, you're stepping into the version of yourself that scares the people who underestimated you. You can feel it. You move with intention. You speak with clarity. You handle pressure without falling apart. You don't chase. You attract. You don't beg. You focus. You don't react. You calculate. That's evolution. That's transformation. That's fire turning into power. And let me tell you the truth. They are starting to notice. They don't know what changed. They can't explain it. They can't understand how you went from overlooked to undeniable, from forgotten to unforgettable, from ignored to irreplaceable. They're confused because they expected your pain to destroy you, not rebuild you. They expected your setbacks to paralyze you, not motivate you. They expected your silence to mean defeat, not discipline. They expected you to stay down. Instead, you rose, slowly, quietly, dangerously, and now they can't control the storm they created. This is where the psychology becomes real. People don't fear your past. They fear your potential. They fear what you might do. They fear what you might become. They fear the possibility that you will take back all the power you once gave away. And you will. Not someday. Not eventually. Now, this is your moment. Your turning point. Your awakening. They gave you nothing. But in that emptiness, you found yourself. You found your grit. You found your fire. You found your purpose. You found your strength. You found your voice. And now it's time to use it. Before we finish strong, I want to remind the new listeners, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Like the video, drop a comment, join the movement. To the loyal warriors who keep showing up, you are the backbone of this entire journey. Now stay with me, because we're stepping into the final part, the part that hits your soul, the part that lights you up from the inside, the part that flips your entire mindset into domination mode. Breathe in, focus, listen, because the truth is simple and brutal and beautiful. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. No one is responsible for your rise. You are, and that's the most liberating truth in the world, because it means no one can stop you either. That's why you're dangerous now. You don't rely on them. You don't depend on them. You don't need validation. You don't seek approval. You don't look back. You're building your life with your own hands, your own discipline, your own hunger, your own fire. That's what makes everything you achieve even more powerful, because it's yours, earned, fought for, bled for. They gave you nothing. And yet here you are, owning opportunities, owning progress, owning your dreams, owning your power. You own your mind now. And when you own your mind, you own everything. Because nothing can stop a focused mind. Nothing can block a disciplined heart. Nothing can defeat a hungry soul. This world belongs to the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who get back up when they're broken, the ones who keep moving even when they're hurt, the ones who fight silently until the world has no choice but to notice. That's you. You're that force. You're that storm. You're that fire. So hear me clearly. Your rise is not coming. It has already begun. Your transformation is not ahead. It is happening right now. You are not waiting for your moment. You are creating it. And soon, the ones who ignored you will regret it. The ones who doubted you will fear it. The ones who used you will feel it. The ones who left you will watch from a distance, because the fire they tried to put out is now burning brighter than ever. You're not the same person they knew. You're not the weak version they could manipulate. You're not the quiet soul they could walk over. You're not the broken heart they could take advantage of. You're sharper, stronger, wiser, colder, calmer, more focused, more dangerous. You are becoming unstoppable. Listen, and let this sink deep into your subconscious, beyond thought, beyond doubt. You are rising, and nothing, not pain, not betrayal, not failure, not fear, not people, not circumstances, not your past, can stop what's coming next, because now you're not fueled by validation. You're fueled by purpose. You're not fueled by applause. You're fueled by hunger. You're not fueled by luck. You're fueled by discipline, and discipline always wins. So walk forward, head high, heart steady, mind sharp, because the final truth is this: they gave you nothing, but you turned that nothing into fuel, into power, into identity, into empire. You are not a victim. You are the storm. You are not broken. You are reborn. You are not behind. You are building, and the world has no idea what's coming. Now go, with fire in your chest, with strength in your steps, with clarity in your mind, with purpose in your soul. This is your rise. This is your era. This is your takeover. They gave you nothing. Now you own everything.